Okay, so this is just a video on my experience with ERIN Dodge and in general FCA Canada, FIAT Chrysler Association, or whatever they want to call themselves. As you can see, I'm just videotaping my screen because I don't know how else to do this. Anyways, I purchased a 2016 Jeep Cherokee Sport. Actually, I'm going to pull up the sticker tag right now. So this is what I purchased. I purchased it. Actually, I'll pull up the next paper, which is this. I purchased this. This was a lot of money. This was a vehicle that I was doing some research on based upon I had a Jeep Compass and loved the vehicle. I had it for, wow, 2007 Jeep Compass. I gave it to my mom because her car died and I wanted her to have a car. That Jeep Compass brought me through a lot of stuff and it was only front wheel drive, so I figured, you know what, Jeep is doing good. I gave it to my mom. She's still driving it. It's up to 250, almost 260,000 kilometers now. So I figured I'd buy myself a better Jeep, a slightly thicker model of Jeep. So I went with 2016 Jeep Cherokee 4x4. Me being me, I'm not one for like big fancy stuff, so I just kept to the Sport because that's what my Jeep Compass was. So I figured I'll stick with the Sport. I don't really like the thrills and frills of vehicles. I just want something to get me from point A to point B safely, and it was a comfortable ride. So I went with the Jeep Cherokee, and this is what I bought. Let's just say this story goes worse from here on. The first thing that happened was this. So as you can see right here, the odometer, 3,383 kilometers. I had a check engine light and thermometer, and all, so they had to replace something at that time. I had to fight tooth and nail for them to even give me a loaner vehicle because they wanted to keep my vehicle overnight. This being a brand new vehicle, I'm spending money on it, so I've already put down a decent down payment so I didn't have to, you know, get a high monthly whatever. So I didn't really have a lot of patience or money to spend on now insurance, a new vehicle, and now I have to rent a vehicle. Yeah. So after talking to the dealer manager, they gave me a car. This would be the second time I went back because the first time they told me it was gas cap. And I said, no, it wasn't the gas cap. I, know that with my Jeep Compass. You're like, no, usually it is the gas cap when this happens, especially at this early in buying a vehicle. Did you fill up with gas anytime recently? Me being me, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I said, yeah, you know what, it's a possibility. So they cleared the code, and I drove off. Well, as you can see, I have the warranty paperwork here. It wasn't that. It was this. Okay. So the next thing came up. This was what page? This page 2. Sorry. So page 1, page 2. Then the next thing came up. I had to get another vehicle because they didn't have the thermostat there, so they had to replace it. So they gave me this thing. And then, where is it? Coolant being replaced, blah, blah, blah. That's page 1, so there. And then we come to this. Literally, so what was that? So that was, they did the vehicle, I had to bring it back, they did it, and then 4,000 kilometers. I'm hearing a knocking. The knocking wasn't there before, so what did they do? So I brought the vehicle back and said, look, I hear a knocking. I don't know what it is. I didn't hear it before. They took it, and as you can see, they wrote down in their notes, they heard the knocking as well. Okay, so they took care of it, or so I thought. What's this? This is 410. 410, where am I? I'm just going through my notes. Okay, so next page. This shit happens. So whoever did this, we're now at 5,270 kilometers. I'm on my way back. Let me just make sure this is the correct one. Yep, I'm on my way back from Kitchener. So I'm driving from Kitchener, Ontario to Mississauga, Ontario. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my vehicle temperature goes like skyrockets. The engine starts flashing, temperature hot, the car literally starts to slow down. I can't give it any more gas. What happened was, whoever did this had to, as you can see here, found coolant hose rubbing, removed air, blah, 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 relocated coolant tube. So they had to flush my coolant system to do all that stuff. They didn't put the coolant cap back on. So that caused my engine to overheat drastically. Now that's not a warranty thing, that's a mechanic thing. But if you look down here, I sent in a video that anytime I was using the SD card in my Jeep Cherokee, it would constantly switch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on its own from SD card to radio to a Bluetooth. So I disconnected the Bluetooth and then it would switch back between SD card and radio, and then it would say nothing. So to a point where I couldn't even listen to the radio. It happened like 40 times on the way up to Kitchener and almost the same amount of times on the way back from Kitchener. I have this all on video. So they fixed that, they said. Where is this? Is this the same thing? Page 2. Yep. So they did all of this. They gave me a loaner vehicle. Again, keep in mind though, this is only at 5,270 kilometers. I've had this car not very long. Like, we're still in November. Yeah, we're still in November. Right here. Service date. So I'm still in November. Keep in mind, I purchased this car, let me see, on the 15th. So where was this? There's that. I don't see the date on it. Boop. Oh well. So I purchased this car, and this is where I'm at so far. I'm only at 4,010. Now I'm at 5,000, and the radio's going nuts. And the radio's been going nuts for a while. Oh, I got that. Radio's been going nuts for a while. Okay? So, whatever. They switched it out. They did all of this, flashed the module, did that, whatever. They gave me a loaner car while they took care of it. And then they replaced media hub as well. Okay, fine. Back on the road. So now I'm at, is that correct? Yeah. So now I'm at 2,100 kilometers, or 21,000 kilometers. And we have 4x4 warning light came on. So at this point, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Rotational thumping noise and blah, 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 pulsating at highway speed. Oh yeah, keep in mind also, the throttle, anytime I put my foot on the gas or even the brakes, and I'm not even pressing down on it. Anytime I'm just putting my foot on it, I can feel like a rubbing, like someone took your phone and put it on vibrate and put it on the ball of your foot. And I explained that to them. They're saying they don't know what it is. But they replaced my brakes out of warranty because, as you can see, the guy said it was a run out or whatever. What's this? Oh, and then also this thing was bad on my vehicle. So they had to replace, check, stayed on vehicle, following code. Yeah. And I think that brought it to this one. There we go. The 4x4 light came on again. It was a defective unit. What was it? Right axle. So remove right axle. Move intake manifold. New power transfer unit. That's what it was. So they had to give me a new power transfer unit. And I'm only at 23,000 kilometers now. We're in 2017. Okay, 23,000. So that's page 2 of this. And then we go into this one. This one was, let me see, highway. Oh, there we go. Misfiring of a engine cylinder. Basically, I was on the highway. Me and my girlfriend were driving down the highway. We're going to pick up her granddaughter, and I'm on the 401 doing 105, keeping up with traffic, and I'm just at Dixie on the 401. And all of a sudden, my car starts shaking heavily, and it's struggling to stay at a good level where the engine will keep turning over. Basically, one of the pistons started malfunctioning. They said it was a wire, just came disconnected, or don't know what it was. You can read this. I personally don't care anymore. And I couldn't drive my car. I got video of that as well. So I'm only at 24,000 kilometers. 24,000 kilometers, and already I'm having this much issue. They don't want to do anything for me except for repair. They don't care that I'm having issues. They haven't done anything to help me out at all. The only thing they were saying is, bring the car in and we'll repair it for you. That is it. There's no, we're sorry you're going through this. You know what, we'll see what we can do to help you out with all the inconvenience. No, nothing. FCA is basically telling me, bring it in, we'll fix it, have a nice day. Okay? So, now we're on to the next one. This one was... Oh, no, this was just me getting a regular oil change. However, that being said, oil leaking on top of engine. Filler cap O-ring needs to be replaced. This is just a petty one for me. This isn't major. It is what it is. Seals can... It's an O-ring, and it's under pressure. So, fine, whatever. But I find it funny. The guy came up to me and said, yeah, you're not going to like this. I'm like, what's wrong? Well, it's only a small little thing. Okay, fine. So they did it. Yeah. Good cost. What's this? Is this the same thing? No, this is the other one now. So I brought my I brought it back for its service, and let me see. This one was at 25 for that. Like I said, this was just a petty, stupid thing that I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, really? Nah, joke, whatever. And then I brought it back for a full service. So basically, they're 50,000 kilometer, 40,000 kilometer, whatever it is, service thing. And the guy came back to me and said, you're not going to like this. I said, why? What's wrong? Well, is it on this page? No, it's on the next page. He told me that this, and I believe him, FCA Canada, I don't think is telling me the whole truth about it. They're saying that they had the flash something, power control module. A while back, Jeep, a lot of the FCA vehicles were having an issue where they were getting stuck in cruise control. Pressing the brakes would not take it out of cruise control, and even to the point where the cruise control was strong enough to keep going. You had to basically slam on the brakes as hard as you can to stop the engine, pop it into neutral, you name it. It was not good. A lot of vehicles had issues with that. So I called and asked, hey, is this a problem that I need to look at for my vehicle? Because I've been having nothing but issues with it. They assured me that no, it's not. And then this came up, so I called FCA, and they called me and said, in a rush they called me, and she sounded like she was in a panic when she was talking to me, because this seems to be the same person attached to my case, I'm guessing. I just want to assure you, Mr. Johnson, that this is not it's not a recall. It's not a recall, as she said on the phone. It's just something that the mechanics do. I honestly think she was BSing me, but you know what? Whatever. So that was something I had to deal with there. Yep, this is page 1. So here we go now. Fluid leaking from rear of vehicle. So once again, same thing as you can see, 4959, 49,000 kilometers. Okay. This was caught during this, but they couldn't do anything about it because they didn't have the parts in stock. So we go on to a new case. This case was, as you can see here, my rear axle was leaking. If you read it, where is it? It's found bearing. So this is what pissed me off. Axle seal and found metal pouring out of rear differential. So my rear differential was basically shot. Inspected with flashlight and found bearing race missing and in pieces, chunks of metal in fluid and bearing damage. Recommend replacing it rear end. So as you can see, my rear differential on my 4-wheel drive was basically destroyed. And we're only at 49,000 kilometers. You can replay it. I don't remember how many warranty things I've gone through so far, but you can see where my vehicle is going. And to FCA, this is normal, it's okay. We'll just repair it under warranty. That's what the warranty's for. I don't remember ever hearing a vehicle having this many issues. Yes, I can understand maybe one thing would go, maybe two things would go. Like the first two things that went on my vehicle, I wasn't pissed. I didn't want anything back. I was like, okay, fix it, whatever. I was more upset that they didn't give me a rental on a brand new vehicle that was only at 3,000 kilometers. But whatever. Now I'm to the point where I'm just pissed off. I am so upset. Okay. Next. So we're here now. I take it back for an oil change. And they tell me left rear axle shaft boot. Basically, and I have pictures and video of this. It basically exploded. The guy showed, well, he didn't show me. He told me what happened. And when I got home, I looked underneath the vehicle to see what was going on. That boot, basically the axle cover, the rubber ring around it, basically is broken. All the grease that's protecting the bearing is basically on the outside of, just covering my entire vehicle underside. So it's been spurted out. So that's gone. So that needs to be replaced. I thought it was just he was going to replace the boot, whatever. No, they replaced the entire left axle. Was it left or yeah, entire left axle in the rear. So that happened. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm only at 53,000 kilometers now. Almost, I'm going to say a year and a bit. This is a 2016 Jeep Cherokee Sport 4x4. FCA Canada, all they're doing is being, oh, we'll make sure it gets repaired. Oh, we'll make sure it gets repaired. Oh, we'll make sure it gets repaired. No effort on their end to replace the vehicle, to say, you know what, this vehicle is a lemon. Maybe we should look at replacing it before, something seriously does go wrong. Because as you can see, it went from a relay to, oops, the mechanic did something wrong, to the electronics is screwing up, to, oh, look, rear differential went. The drive unit, or the power transfer unit's gone. Now my axles, the boot is torn, and there's no more grease inside of it. We've gone from small parts to now, things the vehicle uses to drive. How I get from point A to point B. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the vehicle. This is normal for FCA. Then this comes in. I now have a recall on my vehicle emissions test. Your vehicle may exceed tailpipe emission standards due to a loss of catalyst carbon monoxide, CO, and oxides of nitrogen, NOx, conversion efficiency resulting from the catalyst operating at high temperatures. So now I have to bring my vehicle back again. God knows how long it's going to take them to do this, seeing as there's so many recalls and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But all I know is now I got to take my vehicle back again. So I gave in and said, you know what? I tap out. You guys won. Take my money. I don't care. I will trade in this vehicle for another one. I give up. I'm at the point now where they said it's, oh, and I'll show you the next email. Oh, we apologize for any inconvenience and thank you for your attention to this very important matter. Right. If it was that important, whatever. Just not happy. So anyways, that happens. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's not... Okay. Calm down. Whatever. So I decided I'm going to tap out. I'm going to call these guys and say, you know what? What can you do? And I emailed the owner of ERIN Dodge. I emailed him. He then pushed me off to some guy, and I'll show you what he sent me. That's the engine. The video. Okay, here we go. So he pushed me off to this guy, Mr. Patterson. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Mark Kennan, who's the owner, whatever. And I do have money owing on the vehicle. I said, at this point, that's when I tapped out and said, whatever. This is what I have left on my finance. What can we do? $13,000 they're going to give me for this vehicle. Now, I need you to understand something. I was pissed when I saw that number. Because I owe this much. That's how much they're willing to give me. After a while, I understood depreciation. Yeah, on a vehicle that I barely drive. So I walked away from him. I haven't even emailed him back on this because I was that upset. I went to Honda, I went to Hyundai, I went to Kia, I went to Nissan, and to my surprise, everyone was willing to give me at least $15,000 to up to $18,000 at Honda. Nissan was going to give me 15. Honda was going to give me 18. But these guys here at ERIN Dodge, the people I bought my vehicle from, only wants to give me $13,000 for a vehicle they sold me that's basically a lemon. Yeah, ERIN Dodge takes care of their customers real well, by the way, just to let you know. They don't give a damn about you. Because if they did, they would at least try and help me out. I'm not asking them to completely wipe this debt out. I even said that to them. Look, I don't want your money. I wish I could pull up that email. I don't want your money. I don't want anything extra. I just want the vehicle I purchased. And I purchased a 2016 Jeep Cherokee Sport 4x4. I did not purchase a lemon. And this is what this car is. Because if it was one problem going over and over and over because they can't fix it, fine. Something's wrong with the vehicle, whatever. But this is over time, every little part is starting to break down. It's to the point right now where I even have it on one of the, where is it? One of the customer, there we go. Customer ports, when they are braking, the pedal is stiff at first and then goes soft, kind of like stepping on a brake. It's supposed to say grape, stepping on a grape. So basically when I press down on the brakes, I would say this year is 2018. It's happened 6 or 7 times. It's October right now, October 31st. To a point where you press on the brakes and it feels like you're stepping on a grape, crushing a grape, where you feel that pop and then the brakes engage. The brakes have never failed to engage, but that's what happens. And also, just actually today on my way home, I felt I'm not sure which one it could have been. I heard and felt not a pop, I would say a tap as I was pushing the brake down. So I'm pretty sure my brakes are going to fail soon, but they're telling me that there's nothing wrong with my brakes. They're also telling me there's nothing wrong with the radio, but sitting in the car with my girlfriend, it switched from FM to AM all by itself. And I'm trying to get video of it, but I can't record at the same time. And every time I stop recording, it's like it happens. So whatever. So this is a video. So I'm going to play some of the video right now. So let's, yeah, we'll close this and let's pull up engine.
You can't stay here.
My car now will not idle properly. I'm on the highway, by the way. Like I'm coming off the highway. I'm on the right-hand lane. Yeah, something's wrong with my engine now. Like, what am I going over? Watch it. Probably. Okay, so that was one. So that's my car now. As you can hear it putting away, barely doing anything. You can see how much smoke is coming out of it. No, you can't.
No, you can't. You can see it, but you can't see it on camera.
The engine light is on. And I don't know what's wrong with it,
all
but
right, just leave it. Let's go.
So anyways, there's my car. It can barely like idle anything. So that was a fun day of me parking my car. Now, I understand machines aren't perfect, people aren't perfect. There we go. See, there it is again. But you know, when you... And then, oh, this one killed me. So I brought the vehicle out of... can't remember what I brought it in for, but then I literally took it from the dealership. I haven't even driven it yet. Alright, so they said that they fixed my problem. I shouldn't have any more problems with my vehicle. I don't know, let's see. I literally just got it from parts service dealership. Turn it on. And right there. Service shifter. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm going back into the off. I said fine, I'll give it. I'm probably becoming a pain in. So I walked into the dealership now. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah. Just
sorry, I'm me again. I'm probably becoming a pain in the ass. My vehicle is saying service shifter. I turned it on. I'm recording. I turned it on because I knew something was going to happen. Didn't even move it yet, and it's already saying service shifter. I popped it in the drive, took it out, turned it off. I said, fine, I'll give it, maybe my luck. Yeah. Turned the car back on, waited, and now it's saying service shifter again. You can go and turn it on if you want. It's saying service shifter.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
So yeah, that's been my fun at ERIN Dodge. Now, I've been told not to come back to ERIN Dodge because I've been talking to I can't remember, one of the managers there. Apparently I talked to him rudely. He didn't like the way I was talking to him. Basically, I told him, I have no choice in getting my vehicle looked at. I'm screwed no matter which way I go. You guys aren't going to do anything to correct this vehicle problem. At that point, he said, I don't like the way you're talking to me. You can go get it serviced elsewhere. So I don't deal with ERIN Dodge at all anymore. And I suggest, in all honesty, if you guys do go and deal with ERIN Dodge, or even deal with any kind of vehicle from FCA period, I would honestly suggest you be very careful, because they do not give any craps about the shoddy workmanship that they do on their vehicles. 2006 Jeep Cherokee or Jeep Compass, beautiful vehicle, great vehicle. I loved it. I've had it since 2006. I gave it to my mom. She's driving it, and it's strong as hell. It's still going. The engine has no issue. I've done one transmission change on it. I've done one alternator change on it. What else? Brakes, stuff like that, regular maintenance. It's front wheel drive, and I've never been stuck in the snow here in Canada. I mean, snow isn't that bad anymore now. Great vehicle, 2006. 2016, I know it says 2019, but they don't have any on their website. 2016 Jeep Cherokee. I mean, I'm not making any of this up. All of this, within not even the first 2 years. I'm only up to 54. I think I'm up to 55 now, 56 maybe, and I got a recall. So I mean, you want to deal with anything FCA, you want to deal with anything ERIN Dodge, be very, very careful. This is just a warning, because I am pissed off and upset with the vehicle that I have right now. I'm more than likely going to have to keep it, bite the bullet, because I owe too much on the vehicle. I'll probably trade it off later, but I can guarantee you 110% I will never, ever deal with FCA Canada. And if you guys do, or FCA, Fiat, Chrysler, anything Fiat, Chrysler, and if you guys do, I wholeheartedly suggest that you be very, very careful and get a very good deal on the vehicle. Enjoy, guys. Have a good time.